Alright guys, it's your cousin Dustin. We are going to talk about the stock market as we do. We're going to look at the markets, we're going to look at cryptos, we're going to look at some heat maps, and we'll probably dive into a stock or two. Here we go. The Dow Jones is at 51,848.9. It is up 0.35% today, but it's the only one of the major indexes that's up. The rest of them are down. The S&P 500 is at 7,358.22. It's down 0.1%. The Nasdaq's at 25,476.64. It is down 0.43%. The Qs are at 710.62. They're down 0.42%. 0.42%. We've got, let's go. We got Bitcoins at $60,949.61. It's down 2.72%. Gold is at $4,014.40. It's up 0.14%. Silver is at $57.99. It's down 0.88%. Crude oil is at $69.98. It's down 0.51%. The VIX is at 18.63. It is down 4.41%. So that's some of the major numbers for you. Now let's look at the heat map. Here we go. The heat map. The heat map of the S&P 500. Here we go. This is some of the biggest stocks in the stock market. Actually, the biggest stocks in the stock market. We got Nvidia down 0.52%. We got Apple down 0.41%. Google down 0.24%. Microsoft down 2.27%. Meta down 0.81%. Amazon's up 0.07% to $234.27. While Walmart is down 0.35%. So it's not too crazy of a day for the bigger stocks. Electronic technology, some of them are moving quite a bit as they do. STX, Seagate Technology, this is down 4.37% to $992.84. This one, Western Digital, is down 4.01% to $643.83. Here we go. Oracle is down 4.62% to $157.60. Here's one. Blackstone's down 5.9% to $113.04. Blackstone. Robinhood is below $100. It is down 5.87% to $97.19. Now look at this. Home Depot's up. Home Depot's at $342.86, up 5.67%. And I think, okay. Oh, here we go. Look at this. Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree is at $119.35. It's up 5.24%. So that's interesting to me. We'll go back over here to the electronic technology. GLW, Corning Incorporated. We covered this stock the other day. Oh, here comes my doggy. Maybe not. Corning Incorporated. Up 6.06% to $205.82. Uber is up 6% to $73.85. Alright, I'm going to type this into Google Finance so I don't forget, but we're going to go over some small caps as well. Just take a look at that Russell 2000. But I want to look at Blackstone. I find that interesting. Down 5.9% today. I wonder why. Yeah. So, probably something interesting, something cool about it. We'll read an article about it. So here we go. Russell 2000. Look at the Russell 2000. We got a lot of movement, as usual. What's this? IonQ Incorporated, down 7.35% to $53.61. What's this? Planet Labs, down 7.82% to $26.30. Wolf's at it's at $26.97. It's down 6.29%. Yeah, there we go. 7. Applied Digital Corporation is at $41.97. It's down 7.27% today. Very interesting. Here's one that's up. Here we go. Let's find a few that are up. You know what I mean? Let's find some goodies. We got Primorsus Services is at $92.69. It's up 9.11% today. Primoris cites renewables, power delivery, and data center demand boosting margins. 2026 targets adjusted EPS $2.05 to $2.60 and adjusted EBITDA of $275 million to $325 million. Focus on margin expansion and operations. Here's one. Edgewise Therapeutics. They're at $42.30. They're up 8.94% today. This is the health technology sector. Honestly, I think that's the sector that I'm least comfortable with. I don't know why. I just don't know anything about how medicine stuff works. Everything else I can kind of picture in my mind to some extent. Pelvela Therapeutics up 9.4% to $129.84. Here's one. Consumer durable section. MI Homes up 6.85% to $158.69. So electronic technology, a lot of these are down quite a bit. Technology services are down quite a bit. Everything else is fairly green. Consumer durables is like fairly green, I'd say. Look at this one. KBH. KB Home up 16.65% to $61.51. So that's a bunch of home stuff. I wonder, you know what I mean? I wonder what's got that going. The finance sector, let's check it out. Here's a green one. Up 8.35%. Goosehead Insurance, $43.40, up 8.34%. Look at that. Goosehead. Alright, there's got to be something better. Something up a surprising amount. You know what I mean? Here's a Meritage Homes Corporation, $82.39, up 8.98% today. Alright, let's take a look at Blackstone. Blackstone Incorporated. Ticker symbol BX. Sitting at $113.32. It was down 5.88% today, and it's up 0.29% in the after hours. I'm recording this about 8 p.m. Over the last 5 days, it's down 9.21%. Over the last month, it is down 4.31%. No, 4.34%. Over the past 6 months, it's down 27.37%. Year to date, it's down 26.7%. On a 1-year chart, it's down 21.56%. On a 5-year chart, it's up 14.65%. On a maximum chart going back to June 22nd, 2007, it's up 228.46%. Blackstone. Alright. Okay, this is interesting. Blackstone pays a dividend of 4.4% right now. A quarterly dividend of $1.24. They got a PE ratio of 28.99. 52-week high of $190.09. A 52-week low of $101.73. An EPS of $3.90. They got a market cap of $134.18 billion with 742.88 million shares outstanding and about 5,000 employees. Read the perspectives from across the web. Blackstone declined approximately 2.6% over the past month, pressured by a persistent high redemption request in its private credit vehicle. However, recent intra-quarter updates showing robust realization activity in June and a pivot toward AI infrastructure expansion have stabilized sentiment. Analysts project a potential recovery in the next quarter as asset-based lending and global AI developments accelerate. Robust intra-quarter realization activity. Blackstone reported preliminary second quarter realization revenue exceeding $500 million for the period ending June 23, 2026. This significant figure, driven primarily by realized performance revenues and incentive fees, suggests a pickup in exit activity and strong cash generating capacity as the firm enters the second half of the year. Aggressive AI infrastructure expansion. The firm recently announced plans to invest approximately $30 billion in AI data centers in Japan over the next 3 to 5 years. This strategic move, along with a landmark platform to accelerate 20 gigawatts of global AI development, positions Blackstone to capitalize on secular tailwinds in digital infrastructure and high-performance computing. Dominant fundraising and AUM scale. Total assets under management reached approximately $1.30 trillion, bolstered by a record $13.1 billion Asia-focused private equity fundraise. Despite market volatility, Blackstone continues to attract significant institutional capital, with fee-earning assets under management growing to approximately $937.6 billion and management fees reaching record levels. The bearish view. Persistent private credit redemptions. The firm faces ongoing pressure from its non-traded private credit fund, BCRED, which saw redemption requests spike to nearly 8% in early 2026. While Blackstone has implemented gates to manage outflows, these elevated redemptions continue to weigh on investor sentiment and could impact near-term management fee growth. Premium valuation and technical resistance. Trading at a PE ratio of approximately 30.8x, the stock carries a valuation premium compared to historical averages. While some technical indicators turned positive in June, recent price action remains approximately 16% lower year over year, and several analysts have lowered price targets due to expectations of slower management fee growth in early 2026. So let's check out their analysis here. No, let's do the earnings first. Yeah. So April 23rd, 2026, they beat EPS by 1.69%. They were predicted to get $1.34. They got $1.36. They also beat on revenue, modest beat by 0.99%, less than 1%. They were predicted to get $3.40 billion. They got $3.43 billion. All right. I'm just going to read these two little pop-ups here. Mixed performance across investment segments. While infrastructure and corporate private equity saw strong gains of 7.8% and 3.2% respectively, the credit and insurance segment saw distributable earnings fall 26% due to redemption pressures and mark-to-market valuation adjustments. Dividends and capital returns maintained. The company declared a quarterly dividend of $1.16 per share payable May 2026, contributing to a total of $6.5 billion returned to shareholders through dividends and buybacks over the last 12 months. Alright. Let's see when the last time that they missed was. So they missed on revenue in Q3 of 2025 by 5.69%. They also missed in Q4 of 2024 on revenue by 26.79%. They were predicted to get $3.84 billion. They got $2.81 billion. Missed in Q2 on EPS, Q2 of 2024, I mean, by 2.34% on EPS. Predicted to get 90 cents. They got 96 cents. Also missed on revenue on Q1 of 2024. Missed on both in Q3 of 2023. Yeah. So they missed quite a bit, I guess you could say. For what I would think they would be, they miss more than I would imagine, I guess. Alright, now let's check out the analysis. So based on 12 analysts giving stock ratings to BX in the past 3 months, we've got 8 buys and 4 holds. And their price targets, we got 12 analysts giving price targets in the last 3 months. Their price targets are $190. That's a 68.16% increase. That's the highest one. The average one is $147.58. That's a 30.61% increase. And the lowest one is $116. That's a 2.66% increase from here. I find it interesting that you can look at some of the guys, what they say, or some of the analysts. So check this out. We got an AI question here. It says, how did the Chicago skyscraper loan default impact? So the Chicago skyscraper loan default impact stock recently. Impact Blackstone. Recent reports concerning a loan default related to a Chicago skyscraper have contributed to increased volatility for Blackstone. Recent market performance. Blackstone's stock price has faced downward pressure over the last 48 hours, coinciding with market concerns regarding its commercial real estate exposure. Intraday decline. On June 24, 2026, the stock opened at $118.58 and saw a steady decline throughout the day, closing at approximately $113.01, representing a drop of nearly 4.7% in a single session. Previous session, this followed a period of instability on June 23, 2026, where the stock oscillated between $122.39 and $119.32 before closing at $120.05. Context of the default. The default underscores ongoing challenges in the commercial office sector, which has seen rising vacancy rates and higher refinancing costs in 2026. Blackstone has historically emphasized that its office portfolio is heavily concentrated in modern Class A properties. However, high-profile defaults in major hubs like Chicago serve as a negative catalyst for investor sentiment toward the broader real estate investment trust and asset management sectors. Let's just read their profile, get a little better understanding of what exactly they do. Blackstone Incorporated is an American alternative investment management company based in New York City. It was founded in 1985 as a mergers and acquisitions firm by Peter Peterson and Steven Schwarzman, who had previously worked together at Lehman Brothers. Blackstone's private equity business has been one of the largest investors in leveraged buyouts in the last 3 decades, while its real estate business has actively acquired commercial real estate across the globe. Blackstone is also active in credit, infrastructure, hedge funds, secondaries, growth equity, and insurance solutions. As of September 2025, Blackstone had $1.2 trillion in total assets under management, making it the world's largest alternative investment firm. World's largest alternative investment firm. Is Blackstone a bargain after 5.9% drop? GF Value says undervalued. That's Guru Focus. Blackstone announces launch of Sable Point Credit Strategies. That's 4 hours ago. Blackstone's $343 million loan on 1S Whacker defaults. Blackstone Q2 2026 realized performance revenues and realized principal investments income expected. Blackstone plans $30 billion investment in Japan AI data centers. Let's have a look at our CEO. Okay, there he is. How old is this guy? Alright, here we go. Oh, it's the same guy. It's the same guy. That's pretty crazy. So, Stephen Allen Schwartzman, born February 14th, 1947, is an American businessman. He is the chairman and CEO of the private equity firm Blackstone Incorporated, which he established in 1985 with Peter G. Peterson. Schwartzman was chairman of President Donald Trump's Strategic and Policy Forum. According to Forbes, Schwartzman has a net worth of approximately $50 billion as of early 2026. There you go. You can do more research on this guy if you want to. I think he's the guy who started the company, so he's probably pretty smart. I guess let's read one of these articles. Let's see, let's read this one, TradingView. Alright. This is Reuters. Blackstone Q2 2026 realized performance revenues and realized principal investment income expected to exceed $500 million. Blackstone Q2 2026 realized performance revenues and realized principal investment income expected to exceed $500 million. There's a chart right there. I guess this is not an article, it's just that chart. Alright. It shows you what I know. Let's read this one. This is Reuters again. Let's see if it's an actual article. Blackstone plans $30 billion investment in Japan AI data centers. Nikkei reports. June 23rd, Reuters. Blackstone is planning to invest $30 billion in Japan's AI data centers over the next 3 to 5 years. Its president and chief operating officer Jonathan Gray told Nikkei in a recent interview. The Business Daily reported on Tuesday. The world's largest alternative asset manager is in discussions to develop facilities exceeding 1 gigawatt in the country, the report said, citing Gray. Is that it? Okay. Blackstone did not immediately respond to a Reuters request for comment. It also plans to accelerate its private equity investments in Japan. The company said earlier this month, Blackstone had raised $13.1 billion for its Asia private equity fund, exceeding its initial target and marking its largest such fundraise in the region. Let's ask Gemini a question here. Alright, what's going on with private equity and how is it affecting Blackstone stock? Answer in one paragraph. The private equity landscape in 2026 is experiencing a highly bifurcated recovery. While cooling inflation and a lower global cost of capital are finally breaking open the deal dam for initial public offerings, IPOs, and mega investments in AI infrastructure, rising non-accrual rates in private credit have introduced sudden headwinds. This mix of macro factors is heavily impacting Blackstone stock, causing it to trade down roughly 30% from its peak to around $112 as investors weigh liquidity fears and retail redemptions in vehicles like BCRED against incredibly strong fundamentals. Despite the stock market's recent risk-off sentiment, Blackstone's long-term fee-earning machine remains remarkably robust, driven by an intra-quarter realization spike tracking over $500 million, the closing of a record $13.1 billion Asia private equity fund, and an aggressive $30 billion deployment into Japanese AI data centers. Okay. Alright. We're going around in circles here. So, I think that's going to be enough. Private equity is getting a little banged up. And Blackstone is too. So, that puts them though. So Blackstone is near its 52-week low. I find it pretty interesting. You know, it's the largest assets under management in the world, I guess you could say. So, yeah, pretty interesting stuff. It's your cousin Dustin. Like and subscribe. Let me know what you think about Blackstone. Alright? We're going to keep it moving, though. That's enough about old Blackstone. We're going to look at cryptos. Alright? We're going to look at them. The cryptos. They're fun. We love them. So here we go. Bitcoin's at $61,032.99 in the last hour. It's up 0.33%. In the last 24 hours, it's down 2.78%. S&P 500 tokenized ETF is at $741.30. In the last hour, it is up 0.03%. In the last 24 hours, it is up 0.19%. Ethereum is at $1,623.43. The last hour, it is up 0.59%. In the last 24 hours, it's down 2.76%. It's number 3 on the list here. XRP is at $1.07. In the last hour, it is up 0.45%. In the last 24 hours, it's down 3.24%. That's XRP is at $1.07. Solana is at $68.11 in the last hour. It's up 0.5%. In the last 24 hours, it's down 2.41%. And then you got Cardano bringing up number 6. BNB bringing up number 7. Fascinating stuff in the cryptos, guys. I think last thing we'll do here is look at SpaceX. Yeah. They bring it right up for us. It read my mind, you know what I mean? These AIs are getting too good. So, it's higher than it was when it IPO'd. That's something, in my opinion. These people are going on about how it's losing its momentum. I don't know about that. Let's see. So it's got the 1-day chart, 5-day chart, 1-month chart. Yeah. It's only been around for, not long. Yeah, since June 12th. So 12 days. They got a, what do they call it? Price discovery. They got to figure it out, Right now the EPS is at negative 72 cents. And it got all the way up to $225.64. It's been as low as $147.11. I guess it IPO'd at what? $135, I thought. Is SpaceX performing better or worse than other big IPOs? Alright. So they've compared it to StubHub, Beta Bionics, and Advanced Biomed. Okay? Oh, and SanDisk, WaterBridge, and yeah, SpaceX is in the middle. Alright, so it's in the middle of these. They're saying it's a middle of the road performance. As of mid-2026, Space Exploration Technologies, commonly known as SpaceX, has shown mixed performance compared to other initial public offerings from the 2025-2026 cycle. Summary and insights. SpaceX's performance has been more stable than many high-growth IPOs of the same period, which have faced significant volatility. While it has not reached the astronomical returns of top performers like SanDisk, it has significantly outperformed several other high-profile debuts that have seen their share prices drop by more than 40%. And there's still time to be, still plenty of game to be played, you know what I mean, before year end or before whatever, It could go down a lot. It could go up a lot. Who knows? Yeah, so here's some that have IPO'd recently. SanDisk IPO'd, I guess, February 13th, 2025. WaterBridge, September 17th, 2025. And they're both up 25 and 530. No. SanDisk is up 5,354.44% since IPO. My word. SpaceX is in the middle. Sector resilience. SpaceX is performing slightly better than specialized tech and healthcare IPOs like Advanced Biomed and Beta Bionics. which have struggled to maintain value post-listing. Market comparison. Compared to heavyweight listings like StubHub Holdings, SpaceX has demonstrated greater resilience, as StubHub remains down nearly 46% from its debut price. Top performer gap. SpaceX is trailing the massive growth seen in SanDisk Corporation, which has emerged as the standout performer of this IPO window, with returns exceeding 5,000% since early 2025. SpaceX's performance reflects its unique position as a leader in the aerospace sector, benefiting from institutional interest that has helped it avoid the steep sell-off seen in other consumer-facing biotech IPOs. Or biotech-facing IPOs. You get it. Alright. Yeah. Pretty fascinating stuff, guys. It's your cousin Dustin. Like and subscribe. If you got anything you can say that might help the channel, make me better at this stuff, something you might want to see, let me know. I'm trying to improve, get better, make it happen. Like and subscribe. It's your boy. See you later.